Under the waters, a staggering quantity of debris may accumulate. Water bodies contain a wide variety of items in their depths, from priceless artifacts to horrible historical artifacts that come to light when the lakes or rivers dry up. So, in this video, we are going to discuss terrifying findings at the bottom of drained canals that shocked the scientists. So, let's start, shall we? The first one is dinosaur footprints. Dinosaur footprints may be seen in the 113 million year old riverbed of Texas Dinosaur Valley State Park. Typically, they are hidden from view by water and silt. The park west of Fort Worth has lower water levels due to the recent dry weather this summer, which allowed visitors last week to see the old trails more exposed than ever before. Although the recent rains have helped, the park's Facebook page claims that more rain is still needed to fill the Biloxi River, which runs through the park. When speaking to Nexstar, the parent company of The Hill, the state park superintendent, Jeff Davis, said that staff members who have worked at the location for more than 10 years have never seen the tracks so obviously. They have left distinct toe and claw prints, and their jogging trails are so distinct that one can even make out where they fell. The undersea ghost below is the next one. Texas endured its driest year on record in late 2011, which caused Lake Buchanan's disappearing water to bring the remains of the town of Bluffton to the surface. The concrete foundations of many structures, including a hotel, were exposed as a result of the drought, shedding light on the town's past. It seems that the original Bluffton was built somewhere in the middle and late 1800s. When Lake Buchanan was finished and filled in 1936, the city of Bluffton was around 25 feet below sea level. The next one is a mystery aircraft. Sonar Technology located the jet in 2013 at the bottom of Lake Norman in North Carolina. Many people were baffled since there had been no news of an accident. Additionally, divers didn't find any corpses. Later, it was discovered that Barbara Anderson was the owner of the aircraft. She asserts that the usage of the aircraft by flying instructors failed to elevate the locking gear. The lady has been looking for the plane for quite some time, but no one has been able to locate it. Next, Nazi nuclear artifacts were discovered in a Norwegian lake. In 1944, Allied soldiers sank the Norwegian ship Hydro because they thought it was transporting heavy water for the Nazis' top-secret atomic bomb program. It would seem strange to think about heavy water, which has a distinct atomic structure and desired properties for producing nuclear energy and weapons. Even though the existence of heavy water has not been confirmed, the operation has presumably been declared successful. In 2005, the contents of one of the barrels were examined. The results also showed the heavy water was the payload. The next one is this. In the Himalayas, more than 200 skeletons were discovered. A British forest warden discovered over 200 human remains in the area of Rupkund, a remote lake high in the Himalayas, in 1942. The skeletons were first assumed to be those of the Second World War dead Japanese troops. But in 2004, scientists discovered that the bones required date to around 850 AD. The deceased Indians may have perished in a hailstorm, according to the available evidence. This one will surprise you. A statue of Jesus may be found at the bottom of Lake Michigan. Any 11-foot white marble cross said to be at the bottom of Lake Michigan is supported by a life-size statue of a crucified Jesus Christ. The monument was commissioned to be constructed in Italy by the family of a kid who passed away at the age of 15 in 1956. The family rejected to accept the cross since it was shattered on the journey from Italy to the US. In memory of the diving victims instead, it was brought by a dive team and dropped into the lake. Continuing with the Spanish Stonehenge. The so-called Spanish Stonehenge in the Valder Commons Reservoir in western Spain has once again been made visible by the current drought in the area. Although Stonehenge is a well-known landmark in the UK, the ancient stone circle has been shown to the public 4 times since the region was flooded in 1963. as part of a rural development project, according to Reuters. The building's formal name is the Domain of Guadalperal, and it was probably constructed about 5000 BC. It's unexpected, an archaeologist named Enrique Cedillo told Reuters. It's a rare opportunity to go there. The unexploded bomb is the next to arrive. According to the BRC, a group of Italian fishermen found a bomb from World War II on the Po River. Italian military analysts reportedly determined that the bomb's 530 pounds of explosives paved a way for around 1,000 pounds. In the northern Italian region of Lombardy, near the boundary of Borgo Vergilio, was where the find was made. Italy's executive branch declared a state of emergency for 5 areas last month due to the drought and low water levels in the Po and the Eastern Alps. It's anticipated that this scenario would last until the end of the year. The intervention provided the impacted districts with 36.5 million euros. Hold a press conference in late June, the Italian Prime Minister said. According to the statistics from the Po River District Basin Authority, this is the basin's most severe water crisis in the previous 70 years. Our next task is to discover Foss Lake's mysteries. In September 2013, 2 rusty vintage cars were discovered at the bottom of Foss Lake in Oklahoma. Then it was found that these cars contained 6 corpses. Following a journey in one of the automobiles, Jimmy Allen Williams, 16, Leah Gale Johnson, 18, and Thomas Michael Rios, 18, all went missing in 1970. Nora Marie Duncan, 58, Clayburn Hammock, 42, and John Alva Porter, 69, were all reported missing in 1969, and among those found were their corpses. According to the medical examiner, all 6 of the bodies that were discovered were drowned unintentionally. This phenomenon in the Baltic Sea is next on our list. The Baltic Sea anomaly, an unexplained, irregularly shaped item shrouded in a web of ideas, was founded in June 2011 in the center of the Gulf of Bothnia on the seabed of the northern Baltic Sea. A 210-foot-long extraterrestrial object floating 300 feet below the water's surface was seen by sonar. The crew that discovered and took pictures of the item said that it depicts a spherical device with ramps, stairways, and other structures that are not natural. Volker Bruckert, an assistant professor of geology at Stockholm University, claims that the enigmatic item is only a glacial deposit. This, however, runs counter to the many hypotheses and suppositions that have been advanced, such as the notion that it is a UFO that has been buried. He proposed that the building was built somewhere in or around the last ice age. Given that glacial fine processes have a considerable impact on the whole northern Baltic area, the feature and the rock samples were likely formed in connection with glacial and post-glacial events. The finding team, however, is certain that the item is artificial. The following has a leg missing. In 2006, 2 German townsmen who went kayaking came and saw a human limb sticking out of a beaver dam. They believed that someone had thrown a corpse in the lake, but upon closer scrutiny, it was found to be an artificial limb. The 2 guys stumbled upon a Craigslist ad that had been placed 20 days earlier by someone looking for a lost prosthetic limb while they were browsing the internet. Mark Warner, 49, lost his prosthetic leg while fishing. Friends returned the leg to Warner and received the $50 prize. Finally, what contributed most to Tom Stublett's demise? On December 11, 2012, a floating corpse was found on the Frederico River in Georgia, close to a marina. Later, it was discovered that the person buried there was County Commissioner Tom Sublett, 52. His wife filed a missing persons report the previous evening after he failed to return home following his customary poker game with his pals. Sublett's car was abandoned 150 yards from the spot where he was found dead on the sand. The guy was shot in the head, and to add to the oddity of the circumstance, his wrists were bound in front of him. Nevertheless, the guy drowned, according to the autopsy report. It's also interesting to note that upon searching his car, investigators discovered ammunition and an empty holster, but no actual handgun. Several others, including the Glynn County Medical Examiner, believe that his death was premeditated. This concludes today's video. We hope you liked the video. Make sure to leave a thumbs up. And for more videos like this, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. We'll see you guys in another video. Until then, peace.